And a great pleasure now to welcome for his annual UK tour, Mr. Gene Pitney.
Thank you, Johnny.
Somewhat tired after a heck of a journey from the United States. What happened?
Nice to be back.
It's good, great to see you.
Just a long day. I flew yesterday, got up at 3:30 in the morning in Connecticut. And because of the awful state of the airline thing over there, it was better for me to fly to Chicago, which sounds ridiculous. I mean, I flew halfway west across the U.S. to fly back east to come to London.
Yeah.
But it was easier than taking ground transportation to either Boston or New York to catch the morning flight. And I wanted to come in at night. So I got here about midnight, rolled in to bed at about 1:30, and did 7 interviews today. So if I mumble a lot here, you'll understand why.
So how do you get on with time changes? Because, west to east is worse, I think, than going the other direction.
I don't have an awful lot of trouble with them. I actually feel pretty good for it, for having the 5 hours behind me. But there's a lot of things that you can do that end up being tricks, I think, that you learn after a while. Like when you're on that plane. I mean, get on that airplane if you can't sleep. Even if you're going to go into a zone where you're going to sleep anyway. Just make sure that your body is really, really, really rested. And whatever you do, don't drink. I mean, I love wine, believe me. I hope that when I die, it's from drowning in a bathtub full of Cabernet Sauvignon. I really do. I hope that. But I don't dare have anything on a plane because it messes up my head, and I just plain don't feel good.
Yeah, it's such a shame because they're coming up and down with the trolley.
I know.
And you think, I'll have a drop of wine, that'll help me sleep. But it's not a good idea, is it?
I've watched a few people, though, that are pouring that stuff down as quick as they can get it and then have the liqueurs and everything after that, everything. And I take a look at them at the end of the flight, and I think, buddy, you had it tomorrow morning. You're in awful shape.
Larry Hagman, wasn't it? He used to put brown paper in his shoes or something like that. Right? There's all these little tricks and stuff.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Why brown paper?
I don't know. I've no idea.
You know what happened to him, though, yeah?
No, what happened to him?
He ended up with that liver transplant, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah. That's probably what you get from brown paper in your shoes. I don't know.
Just got to say, Pootie, darling, say hi to my dad, Gary, who's trying to get home, but he's been stuck on the M2. It's my 12th birthday today. And so get home as soon as you can, Dad. Your daughter is waiting for you. Big celebration going to go on there.
Oh, congratulations.
So I want to play just about one of your first ever records and your first hit, which you made by doing about 7 different vocals and playing all the drums, guitar, and everything.
Yeah, well, I get all the credit for it because whoever wrote the bio says that it was like great innovation and everything. It was because we didn't have any money, myself or the publisher.
You made it for about $30.
$30, yeah. I think that's what it cost to make the whole thing.
Here it is.
Yeah, I want to love my life away. I want to love my life away. I want to love my life away with you.
First ever hit for Gene Pitney, who's with us on the eve of his UK tour. We'll give you the dates a little bit later on.
Holds up pretty good.
It does hold up very good, yeah. So that changed everything. Suddenly you start touring and it's, you're all over the radio. Must have been amazing.
It was. To hear that, I remember driving to the airport and probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning one time, and very, very quiet and everything. I had the radio on came my song. It was the first time I'd ever heard me with the guy saying this is going to be a hit record. It was just funny listening to that. I haven't heard it for a long time. I played like what my son calls percussive piano, because when I wrote, I had to have some idea of like the drum side of things, the percussion side of things. I used to play the keyboard with the percussion built into it, and that's how that sound came out on there, that which is on the piano.
Right.
Haven't heard it for a while. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, we'll pause the travel news with Sally. Okay, thank you for that. We're not finished with you yet.
The times I've heard that.
Have you met Mr. Pitney?
I have. We've
been talking for quite a while. She's been keeping me awake. Yes.
Yeah.
This poor man is so jet lagged.
Yeah, I know.
In at midnight.
We've been hearing about it.
No, I'm not that bad.
Can you pick us the Jackson Brown winner?
I will. Or maybe I can get Mr. Pitney to pick one. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Let's pick something out of there, Mr. Pitney. Why don't you?
Jackson Brown winner.
Yeah, we got some tickets for Jackson Brown. Who's
something about empty.
I'll take that. Well done. Thank you.
That was tough.
Skillfully done, if you don't mind me saying so. The winner, by the way, the answer was Bonnie Raitt to the question was, who did he duet with, I think.
Okay.
The answer was Bonnie Raitt.
There's a little musical clue going on there, but yeah. Okay.
The winner is Leon Stolarski. I hope I've said that right. Leon Stolarski from Hucknall in Nottinghamshire.
Okay.
Well done.
Leon, we'll give you a call and arrange getting the tickets to you. An email from John Reed. I worked with Gene many times at the Night Out Theatre in Birmingham. He was always a pleasure to work with. We all look forward to his coming. He was the last artist ever to appear there on the night it closed. Please wish him all the best from Birmingham. So you closed the place, Gene.
Yeah, not only that, I just had a picture of looking at the people that stole everything that night. There were people running out with cases of champagne. The telephones came off the wall. I couldn't believe it. It was like, it was like, okay, it's going down. Let's take everything we can and get out of here. You know, it was a great venue as well. It was a shame to see that go.
Steve said, I saw Gene at the New Theatre, Oxford in autumn 1964. It was a wild night. I remember Gene ripping off his jacket, and I was almost flattened by the screaming girls behind me. He must surely be the UK's most regular visitor. What a great song, I'm Gonna Be Strong was.
Thank you very much.
I used to love going to your shows. There I was sitting there, you know, and you just epitomized everything that was kind of glamorous and special about an American singer. Yeah, really cool, really nice suits.
Thank you.
And your chat with the audience was great.
Well, that's something I've always loved to do, and it's carried over more and more and more. Matter of fact, some people get annoyed with me now when I do it, because I do like to do a spot in the middle of the show, and you know, every once in a while, sing a song, you know, when it comes down from the back. You know.
No, I love the bit, because the hand would go inside the jacket, and out would come a letter, and you'd read this letter, and it's a wonderful way of connecting.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. That started one night because a letter came in, and it was just interesting, and I thought, geez, I'm going to read this to the audience, and that snowballed. When people found out that if something was interesting in the letter, that it might get read out on stage, and it got over the top, of course. We have to, like, just, you know, use enough to maybe put in a 10-minute segment or something like that.
But an email I had from Peter Mandel said, my wife is a huge fan of Gene Pitney. We go to see him every year at Cliffs Pavilion in Essex. We've been able to get a message backstage in previous years for Gene to wish my Gene a happy birthday. So maybe you could actually wish her a happy birthday.
That's Southend,
on
right?
Radio too.
Southend, Cliffs Pavilion. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Because that's one of our sellouts already here. What's his wife's name? Is Jean.
Nice name.
Yeah. All right. I didn't. What is it? It's her birthday.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Early before the show this time, Jean. Happy birthday to you. If I remember on the night, I'll do it again.
The other thing about your image. You know, you did that thing, you were talking to, you know, fans who sent you letters and things like that. And then, you know, in the set would be the song Backstage, I'm Lonely. And here's a photograph of you, you know, standing outside the stage door.
Right. All
on your own.
Hammersmith Odeon.
So there's, this kind of image that poor old Gene, he's done his all to entertain all these people. And now.
It's very true.
Just all on his own.
It's very true.
I mean, haven't you had a wife in your life or kids or anything?
Yeah, but when you're doing a show and you're on a tour and you're on your own, you go out there and you have all that adulation and everything, and you don't have to, but most of the time you end up in a hotel room or something on your own. And I mean, that doesn't bother me. Sometimes I'm so whacked, all I want to do is go to bed, you know, just put my head on the pillow and go to sleep. But there is a period of letdown after that.
Mm. Well, you're not alone tonight, Gene.
I know.
Sally is here. Now, I was thinking about having a dance with Sally earlier on, which we do every now and then.
Really?
But I thought I should just stand back and make way.
This is a strange place.
And
with strange people.
I just wondered, would you care to have a little dance?
I'd love to.
Miss Boazman?
That would be very nice.
What are we dancing to?
Well, I tell you, I've got a new CD here featuring Joe Loss and Victor Sylvester, two stalwarts of the dancing scene.
Yes.
You could have a quick step, a slow foxtrot, or a nice gentle waltz. It kind of depends.
At the state that I'm in right now, you better make it a waltz.
Let's
I
make
think
it
a
waltz
nice
then.
waltz would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah?
Slow
Okay.
waltz.
Well, hold on. Let me try this one then.
This is. So, are you ready? Have you got the right
Yes,
shoes on?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sneakers are good, aren't they?
Yeah. Sneakers are fine, but just don't tread on my toes, Gene.
She's very sensitive about you stamping on her feet for some reason. So just be careful. Okay, here's the music.
All right. Okay, now just put your arm around. That's right. Just put your arm very gently around my body, okay? And you going to lead, Gene?
I'll lead, thank you, yes.
2, 3. 2, 3.
Oh,
It's nice, isn't it?
oh, it's very nice.
Yeah. What's that aftershave you're wearing, Gene?
Aqua di Selva.
Very
Yes,
nice.
very old from
It's
Italy.
lovely.
I'm sure you like it.
You've obviously shaved very closely today.
Yes,
because
I
your skin is very
Do you know that there's an election going on now in the U.S. market?
Is there really?
Yes.
As long as it's in the US and not here. That's the main thing.
This is lovely.
No, don't put your hand there, Jean, please. That's right, put it just
I'm
there.
tired and it slips that way
Yes,
when
I've
I
heard
get
that
relaxed.
so many times. It's an old line. This is very pleasant. So, are you feeling really very tired? You can rest your head on my shoulder if you like. Would you like to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Ah, that's
Can I move it down just a little bit?
No, you cannot, Jean. Just leave it exactly on my shoulder.
Okay.
No, Jim, they're playing the anniversary waltz. Very
Oh, I
romantic.
know.
Yeah.
And we haven't got that far
We've
yet.
never got.
But we may.
Who knows?
The night is short.
Watch my toes. You just nearly got the end of it then. So.
I'll step on your work boots.
My caterpillars. There's nothing wrong with those.
Oh, very nice.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And should we do a little twirl here? What do you think? A little twirl?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's do a dip.
A dip or a twirl?
A twirl and then a dip.
All right, okay. And
Oh, sorry. No, get up. I'm sorry. I thought I could hold you.
for goodness sake.
She's a heavy woman.
Oh, I know. It's a heavy dance.
Have you finished, you two? Excuse me, I'm just in the middle.
Talk a lot while you're dancing, you two.
I think I'm probably about done now. What do you think, Jean? Should we do a final twirl to finish with?
Okay, just
because
one
otherwise-
big twirl.
One big twirl. Okay,
You
one.
go this way and I'll go
One,
that way.
two,
No,
three.
not that way.
That was lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, I could say I've danced with Jean Pitney. Wow. Wow. Thank you.
I never thought that would happen.
Did you enjoy that,
Right
Jane?
across, right around the floor in the whole studio.
So you're looking forward to your tour, obviously. A lot of old friends waiting to see you again.
Definitely.
And so how is your year made up? Is it like Australia and Europe and, which places do you go back to every single year?
Well, I go around in a lot of big circles. I mean, I just played, before I came here, a month ago, I was in Las Vegas. Prior to that, at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. Last weekend, I was at the Turning Stone Casino in upstate New York. Finished there on Saturday, flew home on Sunday, and then flew here on Wednesday. So it's been a big week. But I won't do anything after this tour. I'm going to the islands for 2 weeks. And then it's Christmas time, where I never ever work. And I will be back in Australia, New Zealand, back in March, April.
So do you bring any musicians with you, or do you rely on a band that's...
I have the best here in this country. Morris Merry, my musical director, is from Northampton. We've been together, I have to say it one more time, Morris, but we've been together, as he puts it, longer than he's been with both his wives. So that's a long time. And I have my same rhythm section and guys that we've worked with for years and years and years in the horn and string section. So we've got really, really the cream of the crop musicians. And we do our show at a point now where we all get annoyed if it's a good show. If it's not a great show, then we get annoyed at what it is. We know what the level it should be at. And we changed it quite a bit this time as well.
Good.
We got
Well,
country and western medleys and things in it that weren't in it before.
Brilliant. Well, lovely to see you.
Same here.
Get a good night's sleep.
All right. After that dance, God, head on the pillow now.
What are you, man or a mouse?
I won't answer that.
Dearest, darling, I had to write to say that I won't